Oh no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. There we go.
Not much better. Space Age.
This is what you requested.
You're the Space Age. You know that Gary Glitter used to wear like silver.
Please don't. Every time you.
I'm at a picture of Gary Glitter in a spacesuit, and that's what this
Why
music's
do you
like.
always compare me to really rampant paedophiles?
If you were a
Anyway,
paedophile, you wouldn't be rampant.
ladies and gentlemen.
Lackluster. You're more of a
No.
Rothard. No, let's not go there.
Go down this route. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
I'm
Silly
drinking
Rods.
some Cura.
Now, this week, this film I've been
Are you
wanting to do.
punishing me because it's Twin Peaks? Fuck
no.
you.
Listen.
This isn't a film.
Listen, this film I haven't seen since the 80s.
You know how PETA are assholes? PETA.
Yeah. They're complete dicks.
I joined PETA after watching this video.
to kill more animals.
Fuck you, Nolan
Hold
Tippy.
on. We've got to get into this because I'll tell you the story behind it. In the 80s,
It's a whole movie. It's just a whole movie.
Yeah, we got this out and I watched it with my dad. And my dad
Your
said
dad did hate you.
nothing.
Was this to toughen
this
you
can't.
up?
No, he said this can't be real.
I mean, it can't be real.
I've now realised this is the biggest case of denial in history. Was my father watching Roar in the early 80s going, it can't be real.
He thought it was animatronic.
No, he just thought no one was really getting hurt.
If this was animatronic, the lions in 1981 would have looked like, you know, Aslan in the
Yes.
Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe TV show.
one, yeah. Yeah. You're very good at it.
Like Dobbin out of fucking Rent-A-Ghost. But
Well,
it starts in... Right.
wait. It's Roar. We haven't even said the name Roar.
There's
It's
not-
between us here.
There's
but
not
it's
as many... There's not so many roars. It's more...
Roar. Actually, there's one roar in
Screeches.
it that goes roar,
This human roar.
roar, and it
This
repeats. It's
whole-
really
right.
strange.
The foundation of this is a lie. The whole thing.
100%.
Noel... What's his name?
Marshall.
Noel
That
Marshall.
prick.
He's the father of Neil Marshall, who directed Dog Soldiers.
That's right.
No, he's not. He has a Rolf Harris
I had
energy.
something to say about that as
He
well.
has a Rolf Harris energy.
Mhm.
Noel Marshall, doesn't he? He's like a 70s Rolf Marshall.
You know what he
70s,
has? Do you know what he has? He has when I was watching his energy, if this person was in Dundee, they'd be in the city centre regularly and known as a local character.
with a tambourine.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Fast Eddie.
He's got a fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie doesn't listen to this podcast.
Oh, well, yeah.
Doesn't listen to podcasts.
Is he still in jail?
No jail can hold Fast Eddie because he's quite fast. And ironically, Fast Eddie's quite slow. But
We'll move on from that one.
So it begins.
Wait, we'll have Tippy Hendren. Now this is a family affair.
Oh no, they're playing themselves.
They're themselves.
Uh-huh.
But
Melanie,
Can-
Noel, Dad.
Can we get straight into the titles? You wrote them down because I wrote them down.
No, it's like beautiful.
Tanzania. Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's
a
not
beautiful shot.
Tanzania.
It doesn't matter.
Although some scenes appear to show animals being injured, they were, however, never actually hurt. That's not true.
That's not true.
There was
There-
multiple lions
the
shot.
blood everywhere. It is with great pride that we display the seal of the American Humane Association.
Would you give
I'm
them a
going to
fiver?
have a word with the American Humane Association.
There was a flood, and the main lion,
Mhm.
Roger, or Stanley, whatever, he was shot. There was a flood and a fire. This is... It's California, the owned land.
Yes.
This is so wrong on so many fucking levels.
How do you begin? I want to
Right.
hear your take on this.
You remember Rock Hudson
Yes.
had a TV show,
Mhm.
and he was a lawyer.
Yes.
Something. What was it called? I can't even remember.
It's on tip of my
Google
tongue.
it.
Yeah.
Rock Hudson was in the tip of your tongue.
I beg your pardon.
Anyway, he ate Rock Cake Hudson. He did one where he'd inherited an estate in Scotland.
I apologise. I'll
That's
just turn the phone
there's
down.
going to be a lot of kind of background noises in this.
Yeah, because there's our Phantom Shiters getting cupboards built, so you'll hear
Well,
noises.
no, it was your shite.
Oh.
The 45-minute shit you took last week's broke the plumbing for the whole building, so they're having to start afresh.
I
the,
did apologise.
He wins. He inherits an estate in Scotland,
Uh-huh.
and he goes across to Scotland, and there's a Highland Games, but it's just filmed outside LA in a gully,
Okay.
and it's like it's supposed to be Scotland. There's not one Scottish person in it. This is meant to be Africa. It's not.
No, it's
But it's offensive when you take.
it's offensive.
It's offensive at
Yeah.
all levels, and I'll be honest with you. I fast forwarded vast chunks of this because I was like fucking
didn't.
fed up of it.
I didn't. I loved it.
No.
I hated it, but I loved it. I'll let you know.
So they built an estate. Then they said, "Can we?" He got staff in, non-union staff. They never paid anybody properly, and they built a kind of pseudo-African house.
Yes.
It's an American coke-addled fucking assholes notion of Africa.
It's complete pricks doing
Everything.
this.
He's seen it off a postcard. And the thing that annoyed me the most, I've not been to Africa, but I know people who have. When you're out in the Serengeti,
Yeah.
out in the safari, going about, you'll go out all day, they'll say, we'll maybe see some of the animals.
That's
Because there's a
correct.
chance you won't see them. And there's millions of them, but they're spread out. Every shot in this has multiple animals. It's like Disney-fied
Pelicans.
bullshit. Animals from every
Lions,
continent.
tigers,
And
fighting each other.
Animals you'd see one or two of that are in herds.
Yes.
And animals that are supposed to be in
Solitary.
herds. You see one.
But
so there's one
yeah,
elephant,
that's right.
one giraffe. Oh
Now,
no.
But
It was all going to be lions.
wait, hold on. You've got a lot to say. I could see this, but before we start, there's more titles.
Oh, there's a more.
Since the choice was made to use untrained animals,
Oh.
and since for the most part they chose to do as they wished, it's only fair they share writing and directing credits. It's bat-shit fucking mental.
Animals all throughout this. I'm surprised there wasn't no chimpanzees in this. There's no chimps.
They would have killed everyone.
Well, like the lions wouldn't get killed anyone.
Have you seen the video through the week of the chimpanzees getting hold of a raccoon?
Or just
Can't watch it.
No,
It's
no.
horrendous.
The lions, all of them, every animal in this is stressed beyond human belief.
Oh,
They've been piled in.
yeah,
They've made everything to give them due. Everything looks pretty well fed.
yeah.
But the problem is, 14 or 15 of them died with like respiratory disease. They're just piled in.
It's
and it was
awful.
supposed to be like lions, but then he'd got a hold of a job a lot of tigers, so he just throws those fuckers in, and they're going on about tigons and ligers, and he's up. It's like
I have a lot to say about this, but I think you're winning.
it's like that fucking Joe. He's like Joe Exotic.
Yes.
And shit like this help Joe Exotic. It's a giant petting zoo in part.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Now,
And we're not got to the danger element.
wait, hold on, stop. I'm still in the titles.
Oh, Robbie is Robbie.
Also starting the line Robbie as Robbie, Gary as Robbie's son, Gary, and it does say Todger, which means penis in Dundee.
Togar.
Togar as Togar.
That was a Satan lion.
Yes.
That was owned by Anton LaVey. He kept...
Oh, I thought you meant it was dangerous.
No, Togar was a satanic lion. Anton LaVey kept it in his living room. And fucking no Marshall got... I kid you not. Satan lion. And throughout...
This gets better.
It's a man that knows nothing. They don't even know anything about lion society. That's...
Oh no, it's terrifying. All the males are
Togar's wild. He's on the outskirts, and what he used to do is to steal food from other lions. That makes him extra tough.
He's
like a Dundonian,
scary.
Togar.
Yes.
But they smear him in blood. You think, is that fake blood? Is it fuck?
No, every bit of blood you see in this film. Now, people will tell you right now, you can get this uncut version for free on YouTube right now.
Oh, it's all.
Go and watch it. All the blood, all the injuries are real, and there's some bites in this that made me jump. They were so bad.
No, it's just everybody must have been on Xanax to keep even standing
Well,
up.
the cinematographer was Jan de Bont, and he got his head degloved.
Yeah, fucking...
Hundreds of stitches to put his head
Well,
back.
Tippi Hedren, her mind was broken by Alfred Hitchcock because he's a manipulative bastard.
Yeah.
So he fucked with her head. So she's got a weird,
Well-
stoned...
Years ago, I saw an interview, and she goes, "What were we thinking?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
This is mad." But in the last few years, she's got back into the animals again.
Right, okay.
So it's weird. She's a broken person.
Oh,
She's a
'cause
weird person.
I imagine he's one of these old Knowles, one of these charismatic people, but dangerous. He's a psychopath.
It's like, well, I heard on set,
Psychopath.
if something went wrong, he went mental at everybody.
He's Joe Exotic.
He's crazy.
He's just Joe
He's
Exotic.
just going to shoot you.
He's a mixture of Joe Exotic and Timothy Treadwell.
I think, and Oliver Reed drunk.
Well, seemingly Oliver Reed, the drunk shit was mainly put on.
Really?
Oliver Reed wasn't the drinker he claimed to be. He was a shy person. It was a bullshit. It's a great role.
Seriously?
He did drink, but not to the extent.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's funny you say that, because
'Cause
he was on the word.
He's
was
drunk.
it the word? Not the word. It was maybe
His
someone else.
drunkenness was performative.
And it was that ginger-headed comedian guy, Dennis Pennis. And he was, before he was Dennis Pennis, he was taking the piss out of him. And he's all drunk, and he just turns and he says, "I'll fucking knock your head off you."
Yeah, it was
and so you could see,
Yeah, it was bullshit.
that's funny, that.
Yeah,
I remember
he's
that.
full of shit.
That's interesting.
I like that. I like Ollie Reading. He's quite...
That's interesting. I like that.
He, yeah.
Now, he's in the Serengeti.
He's in a pretend staged Maasai village.
Yeah, it's offensive.
And he's
a doctor.
No, he's not.
But he's putting an elastoplast on
Are you
someone.
telling me that these proud people, because the Maasai are superb,
No, of course.
and beautiful people, tall people,
Cool as
dignified
fuck,
people,
yeah.
and they need some fucking white guy to put a bandage on? My friend Ross went to Africa he's a school teacher, and he went across in safari, and they went out in Kenya with the Maasai. One guy took them out,
Yeah.
and he had a stick.
Mm-hmm.
The guy had a stick.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going about, and his back was clawed, huge scars on his back, and that was because this man had killed a lion. It's true.
Yeah,
He'd went out and killed a lion with a spear by himself as a child.
That's mental.
But they went past a big hole in the ground, and from the ground was coming a fetid smell of like weasel and rotten flesh. And they were there with the kids from school, and Ross said, "What's that?" "Oh, it's a hyena hole, hyena den." And they said, "It's a hyena." "Oh, well, the hyenas will be away." No, he says, "They're in there sleeping." He says, "But what if they come out?" He says, "Don't worry, I have this stick."
I'm sure.
And
I had a similar experience in the jungles of Nepal and India,
Yeah.
on the border. And our guide had a stick.
stick.
And it said, "So what happens if something comes?" He says, "If you see me throwing the stick, you know there's trouble." It's like, fuck, we're
These Maasai,
we're in shit.
So it's like, remember they used to have the backlot Indians
Yes.
in the early days. People don't know, but early days of Hollywood. They just anybody that looked vaguely swarthy.
Yes.
Anthony Quinn.
That's right.
He would play like Inuit people. He'd play Native Americans, and they would just get you and put a wig on you, stick you on a horse. So these Maasai must have just been. Were they Maasai? No, they're just tall.
Someone from the garage down the road. He says, "You want a job for a day?"
But there's elements in this where there's. If you remember the old Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan films?
Yes, yeah.
There's black people in this who actually do the big-eyed racist.
Yeah.
It's like it's a more racist film than Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Remember the one he goes to Africa,
yeah.
which is the most racist film ever made, and it was only made 15 years ago.
25
Longer
years
than
ago.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So he's treating them. Hops on his
now
bike.
you want to see the animals of the Serengeti. You don't want to see a guy on a motorbike chasing them.
He's chasing a giraffe.
And the
But
giraffe.
is that on his land?
I don't know.
Is there
I
stock?
don't
The
know.
stock
There's
footage.
stock footage where he's maybe went somewhere.
Remember the Tarzan, not the Johnny Weissmuller films, but remember the Tarzan TV show? Remember
Yeah.
the guy that was our Tarzan?
Yes.
The guy with the
His
hawk-like
son
feature? Yeah.
killed his wife.
Well,
His mother.
his show would always be. I wasn't filmed in Africa, was it?
No.
But it was stock footage of like the
Of
Maasai.
birds taken off.
Always yeah,
flamingos.
Flamingos taken off. There's flamingos in this as well, loads of them.
It's. Do
So
you realise we haven't even started yet? This is incredible. Okay, so we get to.
It's a National Philharmonic Orchestra do the music for this, by the way.
Oh, the music! Don't get me started on the music, because the music's trying to.
There's a jungle drum noise throughout.
Yes,
You're like, what the fuck?
but there's too much whimsical music. They're trying to mislead you. Comedy.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah,
So
as someone's getting their throat ripped out.
You see, because there's a herd of buffalo, so that's stock footage. Cause
Yeah.
I keep saying, buffalo are dangerous. They've got a house full of lions. But never mind. And then he goes into his kind of compound. Now, remember, so they had this built in California, and they just had a huge fence around it. It's like Jurassic Park.
It's ridiculous.
And he was just coming in with animals all day long.
But he rides on his motorbike.
Hi, lions!
But what did they? Hi, lions.
The
hi,
chase.
Hi, Jim. Hi, Terence. And they try and kill him.
Immediately.
The first moment you see it, but you see the look in their eyes, and they've got this low shoulder trying to grab him, attack. They're trying to kill him.
Well, they keep swiping him off, and
Yeah.
he keeps lying on the ground. And he has this thing where he just, I suppose, faced with a lion, you're not wanting to lie down and play dead.
Yeah, no, you've got
if you
to fight,
run,
yeah.
you don't. So you've got to just. humans have got an advantage because we stand tall. They think we're big.
Yeah.
They think we're big. They're not used to bipedal things. But he just kind of waves his arms. Oh, it's horrible.
It's
from that bit on, and I genuinely, I really wished they'd killed him right then.
you know what? I'm on the side of the lions.
100%.
There's no denying that.
These lions, they're like males, but there's male lions.
They're meant to be apart.
The
Yeah.
males get chucked out of the pride.
Mhm.
They'll form friendship groups, and then they'll move around trying to take over prides, kill males. There's about
They're all
40
together.
yeah, and they're established male lions.
And they are genuinely fighting in this. This is no pretend. They are
You've
trying
got
to kill
to
each
remember,
other.
a lion's hide is so tough, so they can play. But human beings, we're just soft bags of meat.
Yeah.
And
in this chaos that you're sickens into it, and he almost died. There's the quite famous Tanzanian tigers. Fucking tigers.
they claim this by saying that he's actually studying the great cats of the world, and he's wanting to see how they interact with each other. Fuck you.
It's stupid.
He just got a job lot of tigers and shipped them in. Lions and tigers should never meet.
Mm-hmm.
They should not breed with each. It's an
Absolutely
abomination.
not. Of course it
These
is.
poor animals.
This is the very first scene, and the star gets away just with his life.
Because he keeps fleeing on motorbikes.
You're a big fucking mouse. Do you see them all
Yeah.
getting excited?
They get wild
and
up.
that?
You could have the friendliest lion. A lion you have hand reared.
Mm-hmm.
You can fucking feed it to what sits out your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That could decide one day to fucking eat you.
Absolutely.
It could turn. We got a new cat, as you know.
Yes.
When he was in the house, I was cautious of him.
Oh, you have to be.
That was one house cat in my
Yes.
house. This had 50 male lions in the house.
It's insane. There's so many lions, they can't actually walk.
They can't fit them all into the shot.
It's
Everywhere they're opening
madness.
a teapot and there's a lion in it.
Now,
Lifting the toilet seat, a fucking
lion.
tiger.
here's what happens. The family arrives from Chicago, and they've mixed up the time difference. So
Yeah.
this is why they have to try and get to the house, and he's...
Oh, you get
he's-
to try and explain the plot to this, aren't you?
No, this is... I've just explained it.
and
I've
it's-
finished,
So
that's
it's
it.
the sons are his children.
Yeah.
Melanie is
Is hers.
Who's Melanie's dad? Is he not? He's a well-known guy, isn't he?
Yeah, a famous actor. I
Famous.
don't know. I don't care.
But she's got this kind of naivety about her. Very young. How old is she? 17, 18?
She aged quite a lot, because by
No
the
wonder.
end...
Imagine,
By then she's-
imagine the horror of this.
Uh-huh.
And then Antonio Banderas plays a cat. It must have brought it all back to her.
That would be a PTSD moment.
PTSD when he approached her. So she's there. They've got bumbling at the airport. It's bumbling African people,
Bumbling.
and they're like
Bumbling's a good word. I was going to say another word.
deeply. It's like shitting hell.
I was going to say dumb natives.
It's very
The
much
dumb
so.
native approach of Hollywood, but literally 70 years before. It's
Yeah.
like, what is this?
Corrupt. Foreign people are corrupt and idiotic,
yeah.
and the whole
Everything's broken, but that's not everyone. There's
But he's left.
there's
The
Motivo.
weirdly sex. They keep going on about Melanie Griffith keeps
they're
saying
talking
it's,
about
Dad and you need to have more sex.
Yeah,
But when they left, he was in his ranch with kittens.
right.
He had
So
cubs.
So they've
They've went away.
they don't
and by the
realise what's
time they've
happened.
come back, everything. What the fuck is he feeding them? The rest of his family.
Well,
Because there's hanks of meat in this at one stage. They're throwing the lines.
and I'm
It's
not
like-
sure what they are.
No,
You
I think
can't
it
identify them.
looks
There's
like
zebra at one point,
yeah.
but another point, and there's one point where there's actual human, a fake human. It doesn't look fake.
No.
It's the most real thing I've
Do you
ever
think
seen.
he worked with the
I
mafia?
want to find where the
Because a
actors
lot of
are.
mafia guys used to keep like trophy animals, like a
I still
tiger,
like that. I told you my ex,
like Donnie Brasco,
her and her dad when she was a kid on the run, and they had a lion.
in the car with them. You
Yeah.
think nobody'd have a
Yeah.
nobody'd have a big cat in a car. He has 2 tigers in a car.
Do you know what happened? One day, she was out with her mum, and they were living someplace in
Huh.
Texas, and they were watching it stalking cows in a field.
Mm.
So they took it, and her dad tied it up to a zoo gate.
Oh.
It happens, man.
So Mativo, he's the main character.
Mativo is kind of the everyman. There's a bit of common sense in him, and I don't know if he's acting, because a lot of times he says, "This is insane.
He
What are you doing?
keeps tripping over lions.
You can't leave your family here." Then he gets chomped in the leg.
But he shows up in a boat, and then immediately everything. The one thing you learn about this, they say lions don't like the water. They don't. The lions don't get in the water. The tigers,
The
however,
tigers are like, "Oh, this is my wheelhouse."
they're in every boat. They
Oh
sink
my
every
God.
fucking boat. He's like, basically, avoid the killer animals. He keeps saying to him, this isn't clever. It's chaotic lunacy. There is no control over this. Now, where has the cast and crew been living? And amongst this?
They must be in it, because 70 were badly injured. 70 crew were badly injured.
Non-union crew.
I don't think the unions were involved.
So this,
in this.
but they wouldn't, because it was non-unionised, they couldn't get this released.
Oh, it's insane.
So you know, in 1981 there was like 4 or 5 lion-themed films. 1981 was a lion year.
This is insane. It's now already, we're literally just minutes into this film, and as they're trying to deliver a line, give the actors their due. They're trying to deliver a line as an adult animal, killer animal, is chewing on them, and they actually, oh fuck, and they're
a lot of
they
it's
jump with
playful,
pain.
but they could pull your leg off playfully.
There's a few bites in this that are not playful.
You see the tiger teeth in particular. Tiger's fucking fangs.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
God, they're gigantic.
But they would just go straight through
They
your
go
whole
straight
calf
through
of your
you.
muscle.
They don't care.
He just goes. What I hated about it as well, Noel, many things I despise about him, but it's this macho bullshit.
Yeah.
And this is his mind. This film is just him.
This is an ego fantasy.
It's an
This
ego
is
fantasy.
yeah.
He's the great white. He's not a hunter, but he's dominating the species. He reckons he's in charge. He says at one point though he works for them, but no, in his mind
he's the king.
he's the king lion. Yeah. He kind of then he explains what I love about the bullshit. He keeps explaining to this native African what lions are.
This is it.
He does that a lot.
There is a problem here as well. I've looked at what I've written down, and on this page, we're only literally 4 or 5 minutes into this film, and I've got the attacks continue, the attacks continue, the attacks continue. He runs at them, and a lion attacks.
But
this is fucking real.
His hand's got a stookie on.
Did you see him getting bit? And he pulls his hand out.
And there's
but
loads
the
of
skin
bits.
sticks.
There's loads of bits where the fucking bandage gets caught up, and he's having to pull it back. If your cat gets hold of a thread on your jumper, it's problematic.
You're going to
Imagine
be
if
unravelled.
a fucking pride of lions gets hold of your jumper.
Oh my God.
But he
says to
loves
the guy,
Robbie.
He
It's
goes,
Rob.
Mativo, these lions are safe if you know. And as he says it,
It attacks him.
7 lions bum rush him
Yeah.
and throw him on the ground and just start trying to eat him.
They keep rolling him downhill towards the water.
It's fucking
He's
terrifying.
fighting him off with sticks. Oh, but he loves. I hate the names he's got. Robbie the lion.
Yeah, they're all called Jim.
If you they're like Dundee names. But if
Yeah.
you'd ever watched like Animal Park now, zoos give animals like African names.
Yeah.
Or whoever area they're from. But no, this fucker.
The problem
Gary.
I have a problem with that.
I don't like wild
If you're
animals
in
shouldn't have names.
But if you're if you're a Scottish
Aye.
wildcat,
Yeah.
right, you're not going to be called
Bober.
Bob. You're a
Craig.
cat. You don't have the human Craig. You're not going to have the
No.
human.
Well,
So why would you do that?
I suppose a pet animal in your house, fair enough, give it a name. But there are people that have a fox that'll
Well,
come
it's-
to their garden and
it's
they'll
a bit
call
like
it Anthony.
The
You're like,
Lion King, and they were saying all the actors, and people were petitioning, all the actors need to be black, and you're
Yeah.
like, they're animals.
they're animals. Animals don't have a voice.
They don't have.
They're-
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Everything's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
But
and-
things
and-
had to change with this shit.
God, humans shouldn't be
So
allowed
he's
out the house with this
decided-
shit.
And Mativo goes to him, you're bringing your family to this killing. It's a killing
He
zone.
says he actually points out at one point they're going to eat them.
He goes, this is irresponsible.
Now, why did they put him in to say that? Was he an actor that had lines, or did he just keep going, look, I've said the lines, but this is madness? And they went, whoa, that gives a
Yeah.
good dynamic. And they've left this poor actor's actual opinions in, because it doesn't gel with the rest of the film.
But and then this film, every like 3 minutes is lions attacking each other. Just the stress
it's
of
quite
the,
violent. It's very.
and it's dominance. It's nuts.
Were you exhausted watching this film?
No, because I kept fast forwarding. I'm like, I'm not watching.
I
the
was stressed.
10th. I know. I was angry.
Yes,
It made me
and you should
very.
be.
It made me
You
very.
should be
annoyed.
angry watching
It made me
this.
very annoyed. And then there's a fight between lions.
Yeah,
And old fucking Noel's like that. Boys, and he runs
runs
out
into
in
it.
the middle of it.
and they turn around and go, "Fuck you!"
There's-
And the one starts attacking him, and he's going, "Why are you fighting me?" He's actually trying to negotiate with this lion that's going to
Like
kill him.
Timothy Treadwell. Because
Gonna-
he thinks they've got human
It's
emotion. And- no.
yeah, it's madness.
There's a guy I know in Dundee, and he used to dress like a giraffe. And he was like a great long tall head. And there's a famous piece of footage of Glasgow, a street brawl involving a lot of people and knives. Enter stage left, a man dressed as a giraffe just runs through into the centre of it and diffuses the situation. But dressing up in a giraffe in this situation may be even more dangerous.
I don't know. I think that might put me off. If someone's willing to be a giraffe in a fight, I might go, he knows something that I don't.
You notice one thing, these lions aren't scared of fuck all, they're scared of the elephant.
Nobody goes near the elephant, but we'll get to that.
We'll
We'll get to
so
that.
he's got in, so far we know he's mad, he's living in a house full of lions, like it must be 70 big cats.
Yeah.
He's
I
bringing
think
his,
it's more than that.
he's bringing his, well they kept shooting them.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more than that.
Robbie was shot, Robbie and Gary were shot. There was a flood, because they dammed a bit to make this lake, and that flooded and killed it. And there's
Oh, that's
parasite.
Horrendous.
It's a war crime, this film. A war crime against an
that's
animal.
a great way, yeah. I
and,
like that.
And now he's decided to bring the family to this. And Motivo's like, what's it? Is Motivo not about? The Motivo. No, the people come.
Oh, we've got the committee.
The committee.
The committee are saying this is
Why are they mainly Mexicans? There's a guy with like a pimp moustache.
yes.
And a right hedo hair.
We'll just move on.
And he's there going, I hate your fucking lands. He's like,
He's a very thick
He's like,
accent.
hey Zeus, and he's like, hey Lebowski, I'll fuck you up, Noel, Marcel. And he hates lions because he's going out shooting. He's a great white hunter. And he's shooting stuff
From Mexico.
And Noel, a man with just a lion farm, is
Yeah.
telling this guy how nobody here's an expert. And then they're on
No.
boats, but the river goes nowhere. It's just a little pissy
Yeah.
little puddle, and the tigers
Now,
immediately
Did you see the actors on this? This was
they're
all
fighting
real.
for their lives.
This is real. And they're going, because you see them looking directly at the camera going, fucking help us. And they're actually saying, help us, help us.
But
they're
they're-
in the water with a tiger trying to fucking eat them.
It's trying to eat them.
It's
It's trying to eat them.
extraordinary.
You see the look in the tiger's eyes. It's trying to drown them and eat them.
Yeah. Now, did you see there was one
There's-
girl
there's-
in the boat?
Yeah,
Now-
the guy's trying to fight off a tiger with a paddle.
Yeah. The fear in her eyes is
You
it's
know-
panic. It's genuine
you know
panic,
all
and you
those Hollywood
recognise it.
films.
Yeah.
They'll always have a sharpshooter there.
Yeah.
Any Hollywood film. So if you're working with a bear, that bear out of the edge, the greatest bear actor you've ever
Yeah.
seen, superb.
They got to watch. Boom.
Somebody's got ready to shoot it. I don't get the feeling there was many guns on this set.
Well, the thing is,
I thought he
like,
could negotiate his way out of situations.
I-
But now the people are cut. Is that real blood?
Oh, that's real. When you see that anyone injured in this, they have been injured. They are cut to fucking ribbons.
and they're rancid. If you get bit or scratched by your pet cat, it
You're
can
in
get
trouble.
infected.
Oh my god.
A cat bite, you can get cat bite fever.
Tiger tooth.
A tiger tooth. Yeah.
Because they're all like serrated.
So
and
everybody's
they've got,
and they're in this filthy mud puddle. They've got open wounds.
Yeah. There's
Nobody died. Nobody fucking died.
How
making
this happened, I don't know.
Fluke. Sheer
I
fluke.
don't know. But
More
the-
people died than Three Men and a Little Lady.
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson.
So, the problem with this, not the problem, the bit with this that starts to get
it
disturbing.
proves actors will do anything for a paycheck.
That's true. But when you see an actor and they're playing panicked, they're acting. When you see these people in this, the fear is palpable.
Oh, palpable,
You're
Yeah.
taking it on.
Because you're in a
It's
up to your
real.
waist in water with multiple tigers.
And there's no one going to shoot them.
No.
And when were they going to say,
Well, in the time,
Cut.
if they save you, in the time it takes them to save you,
Someone
They're
else is
dead.
dead. There's so many people. Now, we know as soon as you put an actor in water, you've got to have several people looking after them. Anything you do with water is dangerous.
Yeah.
Anything. Now throw fucking
No,
tigers
there's
in.
no expert.
You get out,
no,
and there's lions waiting on you.
Because Noel Marshall's the expert here.
Oh,
That crazy fucker, he's the expert.
it's my heart was tight.
There's a guy that's on like Springwatch and that a lot. I forget his name, but he's an expert on birds,
Mm-hmm.
and he has like crows and stuff, and
Yeah.
he's way with animals. He's this calm. People that work with animals, not the fucking zoo fucks. I'm talking
Right.
about these kind of professional people who
Mhm.
care for their animals. The modern way of doing, very calm,
Mhm.
calm on set, no loud noises.
And then
Try
what-
that with your pet cat.
What do you never do with a tiger? Turn your back on
No.
it. Everyone just turned around and swam.
In
The tiger's
in the
going
villages,
lunch.
the because man-eaters and the man-eating tigers don't like people. They don't want to get near them. The ones that tend to eat people are the kind of sick ones, the old ones, the weak ones. But they'll come up behind you and snag you. So what they do in India, they have a mask on the back of their head, so you can't you can't sneak up on them. That's all you do. Have you lost your place?
You know what? I'm going to explain something. I got so confused last night. I was writing one page at a time.
Mhm.
Then I started writing on the back.
Oh God!
So it's all mixed. I don't know where I am.
That looks very much like Noel Marshall's.
This is
That's like Noel Marshall's.
this is manifesto.
Except his would be covered in his own blood.
You can read it.
After these people have genuinely nose like that, oh, you cry babies, it's just a scratch.
Yeah, it's just a scratch. You saw
So
blood in the water.
So the Mexican cocaine lord who's in Africa, he's right, justly annoyed.
I want to shoot all these animals.
But the
He
thing
says he
is,
just wants to shoot
it's
them.
like, you know, in America, not Joe Exotic, again, guys have got wild animals, and they go and one day they open all the cages and suicide by cat, and then they let the cats just wander about LA.
Oh God, yeah.
And the police have to go out and shoot them.
It's crazy.
It's awful, but people go, but you could catch them with a net.
I knew this girl. She moved to Louisiana,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I told you this. And she went out walking her dogs one day, and the police were saying back in the house, someone's let their tiger out, and they found it. They did find it and shoot it. An adult.
It's a fucking
tiger.
shame. Remember when Hercules the bear got out in Scotland and almost starved to death? He was a soft animal.
That's crazy.
He
man.
was genuinely harmless. He couldn't even feed himself.
That's crazy.
But
So-
he goes to them. His whole attitude is, don't let them get away with anything. Show them how strong you are. You cannot show a lion. You are
can't.
weak. The fucking strongest man in the world is weak and
can't-
insignificant.
Yeah, you can't do that. And they're going to look at what someone like me and go, oh, well, he's taller than me. He's a threat. No, they don't.
But he goes
Did you
into
see
the
them
house,
getting excited.
He shows him into the house, and he's like, "Oh, you have new curtains and drapes. It's looking nice in here."
It was a fucking murder house.
And they introduce the Togo and Robbie plot, which is usurping of
yeah.
power. Fuck
But did you see even little Gary tried to kill
he's
Marshall, and then he bites him, and he goes, that hurts, and he pulls his hand out.
but then
It's got him by the
he
flesh.
goes Togar. He goes, you've got to watch Togar. He's too vicious. He's too vicious.
They're all fucking trying to eat you.
They've got ocelots. They've got beautiful like black.
I saw a sparrow
they've
in there tries to kill them.
They've got jaguars. They've got mountain lions.
Everything.
It's fucking crazy. Leopards.
How was that allowed? Even back then, how was that allowed?
No, it shouldn't be. I suppose you could say, what's more dangerous? Lions, for example. If you had lions are a sociable cat. It's not a common thing, so they can live. So you possibly could, but they could consider you one of their pride.
I think it's a risk.
It's a risky move, but tigers, fucking leopards, they're solitary. They don't
They'll
want a
kill
pal.
you.
They don't want a pal.
Now, they start thinking, well,
He goes and has a bath with a lion.
he's naked in a bath with a fucking lion, and the lion goes, oh, fucking soup. And they're trying to eat him. They're trying to eat him.
It goes outside to the porch, and I noticed there was a piece of wood that looked like a T-Rex, and I thought, oh, God, that's interesting. And then it was back to the lion screaming.
Trying to eat him.
And he's going about Noel Marshall.
But
He's
this is
going about
meant
in his
to be comedy.
pants.
Now, this bit when he goes in his pants, he runs out because
Can if you'd an
Medieval's
intruder in
getting
your house.
attacked.
Yeah.
So he runs out, and they're all on these sort of sweeping stairs that don't go to anywhere. And
Oh, it's
all the
all-
lions are on it. Now, one of the lions, I watch it all the way through sniffing him, sniffing his leg, and then it just bites him, and he screams a blood-curdling scream, and his leg's ripped open. And he goes, just a little bite. His thigh is hanging open. It's fucking horrific.
And he's like, we're open door policy for lions. It's like a country club for lions.
How we let them in?
Definite
But this-
coke energy.
All through this.
I think everything on this, I think there's been a bag of 1970s bag of coke.
This took years to make.
The lions have got in amongst it. The lions are on coke.
Like the coke hippos. So,
And you know what? They mortgaged, to make this pile of shit, they sold everything. They mortgaged, they ruined their lives to make this film. They sold
How could-
everything.
but it made fuck all money.
Oh, not
That
a
was
thing.
a flop.
And they keep
I think it got a life on
Yeah.
video.
but he says, oh, we're not boxed out. They hate Chicago. Like, Chicago's horrible. You're like, what a dangerous place, Chicago.
Well, the thing is, I've been to Chicago, and I thought it was quite delightful, and there was not a single lion attack when I was there.
And he's bullshit. Like,
I might be wrong about that.
He says, I need to live by their rules. I have to live and die by their rules. So it's a kink. Does he want to be
I think he
eaten?
wants to die.
He
that
wants to
way.
be eaten by lions.
Listen, I've got that written down later on, because he puts himself into the situation where I think he feels he's going to be martyred.
Right, okay.
I-
Lion
I-
Jesus.
Yeah.
Who was the...
And the lions will worship
Because
him.
I suppose the Romans would feed people to lions.
Yeah, there's a. I think
But
he's walking around with a semi doing this.
He's a hack. He's a bear. He sings a lot.
He wants an album, but he released an album after this.
Oh, no, well, the music's from a guy. We'll get to later.
Oh, that. Oh, God,
and you
yeah.
just don't know what is real, what is fake of this. It just,
The what I can see, anything with blood, fear, and lions and tigers is real.
Mhm.
When they're making trying to do a script with whimsical music, that's fake. That's about 1 minute total.
Mhm.
The rest of this is quite real. The rest of
Oh,
this
there's a
is
lot of
horrific.
slapstick.
Now, this is the thing. They put all this whimsical, slapsticky music over someone getting their leg ripped open. And poor Mativo is terrified.
Oh, no wonder.
And he's like, oh, fuck. Then he goes, and he's trying to get
He's
the line out.
tense.
And
He's
oh,
tense.
God, that
Yeah, he wouldn't have shit for the weeks that this was made.
it was
You'd tighten him.
terrible. What is he doing in this film?
He's a charming guy.
But what's he in it
I
for?
don't know.
Why would you do it?
Money.
In it, but there's no money would get
They
me in
must
there.
be paying somebody. So the family are trekking to the house, and they've got this weird. They start fighting as well. All the sons are all battling with each other, karateing each
But
other.
they're doing a karate fight.
and there's
but
just lions.
Lions
everywhere.
watching them.
There's lions.
But they
Whose
don't see
lions
them.
are they?
It's,
He's claiming these lions kind of come and go.
Yeah, but they also show that there's a fence around it.
But
It,
just
it doesn't make
far,
any sense.
once again, far too many animals. They're walking around.
This is not a calm environment.
no.
This is not conducive to
They're going about
a getaway.
They do say one true fact that a white rhino, it's not white, it's wide.
Wide.
That's a fact. I knew
okay,
that one.
yeah,
That's
wide
right.
mouth.
They do a
That's-
karate dance. The people are like fighting like lions, and they're like all punching each other.
What are they
And
saying?
as a mountain lion appears.
But what are they saying
Is
by
that a wild Californian mountain lion?
Yeah. I think they're saying that the brothers are fighting. The brothers' lions are fighting. Because brother lions are meant to
they're
separate.
like Robbie and no, they'll sometimes stick together.
Well, that's the bad time. Yeah, that's when you
they'll
get
form
them.
a kill team.
Yeah, not good.
There's this weird like juxtaposition as well, which I find weird. They go coo 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 to the baby, the lions,
Mhm.
yet at the same time they're terrifying. There's bits of this that are a pure horror,
Oh, there's bits
Pure
in this that.
but then it cuts to like there's bits with his newborn kittens.
Oh, and he pulls it out. The arse, I don't know where it comes out.
Yeah.
He pulls it out, and it's like, oh,
He's got
look.
a kind. It's like they're cuddly plus they're deadly, but then he's got this kind of Colonel Kurtz thing. It's like they're Heart of
Oh,
Darkness. They're
right.
heading to his lair.
Oh, you've ruined my bit.
Oh, sorry.
You've ruined my bit.
Yeah,
This
it's like Apocalypse.
It's
Now.
Apocalypse Now
Apocalypse
for real.
Lion.
This is Apocalypse Now, but real. His ego in delusion is
Yeah.
taken off. He has control, but he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't. And it's like even Kurtz knows they're coming after
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
He knows it.
But they make it to the house.
Yeah.
They walk in, and there's not a lion in sight.
But they're
Masters of disguise. They're just nowhere.
hiding. They're in cupboards
They're
and
nowhere.
shit.
And they go, Dad, hello?
Nothing.
She goes, Melanie goes for a wee lie down, and she gets this flag because there's a tarantula. You don't see the tarantula.
No,
she
you
just
don't
says
see it.
Yeah.
But they go in a room and there's a budgie and get a fright. That's
she gets
a jump.
terrified by a
They
budgie.
actually put a
Yeah.
jump scare in this of a budgie. It's ridiculous.
She's scared of a parakeet. And then Tippy's like, oh, because the place must stink. 70 lions in your house. Imagine the smell.
Shite. Oh, the
They'll be
urine.
They'll be just
Spraying.
pissing up the walls,
Yeah.
honking. So she said, whoop. It's like Derek Findas says, who said here? So they open all the windies and the doors.
Oh yeah, that's the moment, the mistake.
The gimbal's
The
gone.
mistake.
And they're going, those can't be, they're like, there's fucking lions here. Those can't be Dad's little cubs.
I know. They're thick as shit. Their characters are genuinely
And then
thick.
is there not meat appears? The dragon.
There's meat outside.
Look what the cat's dragged
And I
in.
went, oh,
and
look,
suddenly
we're better
lions
close.
come in.
And then they flow in like water, like a flood of lions.
And they're just, shut. I have the same door handles. And they're closing the doors. And the lions are just coming
going,
through them.
lions just
But
go
like,
fucking-
imagine opening that door behind it. And there's 10 lions.
You're fucked.
It's like a jig. Ah!
But
It's unnatural. Abomination.
this scene, they start chasing them through the house, and this is where I thought the violence of the lions before this was horrendous.
That's terrifying.
Now it gets
And
genuinely.
No, but they're not. Tippy Hedron's like, oh, everybody's a bit. It's like an inconvenience. It's like a dog is shot on your rug. It's like, oh, these lions here. It's fucking monstrous. But to give them their due, maybe hiding in a cupboard's a good idea. If you hide in a fridge,
They all hid in cupboards.
a lion doesn't know what the hell a fridge is.
But they're figuring it out. Now, did you see that line when the guy hides in a locker and it falls over?
He's in.
It's sniffing
Every time you're
He's in it,
thinking,
he's like-
he's not. There's not actually a pellet. They're in
it.
there.
And those lions are trying to fucking kill them.
They hide in cupboards. The guy hides it. He takes all the stuff out of the fridge and hides in the fridge.
Now, did you see when they hide in the sideboard and it gets knocked over and Tippy Hedron's meant to be in it, but the lion stands on it and breaks through it? And
She's
who
in
do you
it.
see it?
You think, oh God, thank
like-
God Tippy Hedron's not in that cupboard
She's
wardrobe.
in it.
She is. Her wee head pops up.
Terrified.
No, that's the thing. She's not.
I'm terrified for her.
She is not. That's the terrifying thing. Tippy Hedron is not. She's her and her daughter are. What the fuck?
It's
How much does a lion weigh?
oh god, they're a
It's
heavy
a
beast.
weight. They're solid.
It's going
And
to
it's
crush you.
So one lion, just lying on you could suffocate you. But there's like 70 lions.
Oh, and what does Tippy Hedron say? Oh, look what the cat dragged in.
Oh.
I wanted to punch her in the fucking neck.
This,
I'm going to say something that's going
and
to be
all
on a
the-
t-shirt.
This horrible what?
Fuck Tippy Hedron.
Fuck Tippy Hedron.
Yeah.
But the drum beat in the background I found offensive.
Oh yeah,
This African fantasy. It's just and you know what? This constant terror. I got bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just end. And here's another 2 lions attacking each other, or 3 lions attacking each other. I just started fast forward. I didn't want to see it anymore. It's like, remember the old PG Tips adverts with the chimps,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to laugh. That's a chimp's terror.
Yeah. Now, you know how you hear people saying white people are crazy?
Oh, they are.
I've got no defence after this film.
Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun, and
Yes.
it's true.
It's true.
They're mad.
There's something wrong inherently with being white. I figured it out.
A native African doesn't have a house full of pet lions.
Anyone in Africa watching this will go, this is insanity.
Yeah.
They don't look at this as, they'll go, hey, this is a bit
But I
racist.
suppose,
This is a bit awful.
Yeah.
Then that'll soon be forgot to the
No.
insanity of this is beyond actually this is
hubris.
the next evolution after white.
Yeah.
This is super white.
Super
I
white.
don't know what this is.
But Togar appears, the villain of the piece.
Yes.
But there's not enough footage of it. It's not. The thing is, they've not even shot it effectively enough to create the kind of narrative they're going for.
No, they don't
It's
bother.
just, here's Togar again. He's drenched in blood. And he's coming through like he's a bit Cujo. Imagine.
Yeah.
They made a film. People go to a fucking Airbnb in Africa. There's a flood,
Mhm.
and a pride of lions come into the house, and they're mad lions. They've got rabies. They're driven crazy by. It's a talk
You
about.
should write for that.
But it's like man's destruction of the planet. This is nature's revenge. But there's none of that. They learn nothing. It's awful. They have that woolly, don't kill lions. They're lovely. They're
Yeah.
members of your family.
To be fair, even though it was on the side of the lions in this, a lot of them should have been shot. this was a terrible situation.
Yes.
How would you solve this? You don't.
No.
It's a terrible
But
situation.
then, meanwhile, Mativo and Noel, they come to a fake African village they've built on the top of this.
But
muddy
they're just
cliff.
walking with two tigers.
Yeah, they're just one.
They're walking with two tigers, and they come in the village, and everyone goes, ah, and runs away because they've got
But
tigers.
they've built a fake village. There was a thing they did back in the day with the native Africans, and they took them across, and they toured, I think it was UK.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
And they had a little village in a zoo, and you could go, that's what this is like.
I saw that, yeah. And that was
It's
very interesting.
fucking
It was
men-
the human zoo. It
Human
was,
zoo.
yeah.
This is elements
I
of
saw
that.
the
innit?
programme about that. Horrendous. Now, they go into the village.
What's happening as well? They're on they crash their bikes, and then he uses Mativo as bait.
Right, now, okay. So what happens is they get two bicycles. So they're cycling with tigers who are going, I'm going to fucking kill
And they
them.
try to swipe
They're
them.
trying to get them. So they get knocked off the bikes. And he says, right, I've got to go and get somewhere else. He says, but the tigers are going to chase you.
Yeah.
Hang on
Take
that
your
tree
shirt
as
off.
bait,
Take your shirt off and dangle it.
and I'll get away.
And he does.
And he does. What?
And then he's now cycling through Africa.
I think that was real. I think they just left him
and
there
he
as bait.
starts singing.
So he's singing because he's obviously going for an album release. He fancies himself as a bit of an artist. You always find, like Joe Exotic, he has albums all the time that other
Yeah.
people sang.
Yeah,
Really
he's
strange.
a bit of a renaissance man.
We'll call it that.
Back to the family, and they're like, "Oh, stop crying, Melanie." And they say again, Chicago was killing us. Not as effectively as these lions are going to get.
No.
At least, and one voice of reason, one of the sons goes, "At least in Chicago, you didn't get clawed to death."
Well, that's true.
And Tippy's like that. We've had a stressful day. Let's try and get some rest. Meanwhile,
I'd never
Noel
sleep again.
is speaking, and he's borrowed a car. And in 1981, it says vintage car.
A vintage American car, and yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And he's
but he drives too fast, quite dangerously, I would say.
mental
And-
on cliffs.
Yeah, and
Goes to get fair enough. He goes and picks up Mativo, but he picks up the
he
tigers
picks
as
up
well.
and throws them in. Mativo's going, I'm not getting in the car.
He says, "Get in the boot,"
I'm just going to leave you.
and he doesn't. Tigers look ridiculous in the car. The majesty of them.
They
You
need
see
to
a
be in
ti-
an Excalibur.
Yeah.
They need to be in an
Remember the Lager of Lamont?
yeah.
But
They need
like,
to be in an
they're
Excalibur
just
car.
beautiful animals, and they look stupid. There's no respect for anything
No.
in this.
But do you notice that those tigers, now, eyes are the window to the
They've
soul.
not got their seatbelts on.
No. But when you don't understand the tiger, but when you look in its eyes, they're just waiting. They're just looking down, going, I'm just going to bite
I
his head
suppose the
off.
thing is, you would keep
Oh.
yourself from being eaten by keeping everything well fed.
Oh, God. It's
So
a
they're just
risk,
getting
though.
maul you to death playfully.
They'll, like a cat.
But if they're
They'll
hungry.
just rip you apart for fun.
If you died in your house and were
Mhm.
there with your cat, within 2 daas your cat would have started eating you.
That's fine.
That's what
I
they
agree with
do.
that.
There's
That's
no.
good. I want my cat to eat.
But he continue. No seatbelts for anybody. He's driving ridiculously. Mativo's like, "Could you slow down?" He gets a flat tire, almost crashes the car.
Did you notice in films it's very hard to show fast driving?
Yeah,
In this,
Oh,
he was
no,
a maniac.
because he just drove fast.
He's actually done it for real.
Is Jan de Bont in the car with him? Probably.
He was cinematographer. He's in there holding a camera.
The Dutch.
200 stitches.
The Dutch are a bit mental, I think. There's a madness to them.
I would say so.
Aye.
I would say so.
You cut back, you see a lion on a skateboard, and there's tigers like fighting with each other again.
Oh,
The families attempt another escape.
this is when we get to this scene. It's a quiet scene. And it's like you're about to watch someone be mauled to death. And Melanie Griffith is lying on the ground face first, with this lion on her back.
Is this not the boat escape?
And we got to the boat.
But the lion, they're bobbling past, and the lions are like that.
Oh,
Like they're dragging.
do you see it pulling
it's like
it back?
it's like a box of popcorn chicken. Come
And
here.
they'll come back, and
Reaching
they
to get-
can't get away.
No.
I've got this mixed up then. But
Then suddenly the Randy elephant appears.
oh no, we've not done the Melanie Griffith attack,
Oh, that's when it's got
That's-
pinned.
and it's pinned on the ground
And it's got her hair.
chewing her thigh,
Okay.
and it was holding on her hair and wouldn't let her go. But she also got her face ripped apart with like 100 stitches to put her face back together again in this film.
They've done that willingly to their daughter.
They've done that, and when it's chewing her
She would have been better off being.
biting into
She'd have
her
been
hip.
better off being in a cult.
Yes, it is fucking
It's a cult. It's a lion
horrific.
film. Yeah.
And when she gets up in tears, that's real.
No,
She
stop
thought she was
crying.
going to die.
And Tippi Hedren's like that. Tippi Hedren's, she'll have a good doctor feel good, eh?
Yeah, someone's going to sort her out. There
Somebody's
you go,
sorting out. Take a wee
Yeah.
injection of that, Tippi.
Yeah.
Tippi's looking well in this, by the way. She's in her prime.
I just wanted to fucking
But
punch her.
she's irritating.
I
She
hate her.
They just seem like a damaged person.
So they're in the boat.
Randy Elephant. That elephant.
This elephant appears.
must.
Yeah.
It was an Indian elephant.
None of this was planned.
You can't work with Indian elephants.
It sees-
African elephants. Can
It
you?
sees the what do you call it, the boat,
And fucks it.
and fucking gonna smash this fucking thing up. Now when they're going,
It's
oh,
back
shit,
kicking and everything.
it's furious. But then it does something which no one planned for.
It trunks.
It
Tippi
trunks
gets trunked.
Tippi Hedren up. Now this is real. Anyone who has never heard of this film or never seen it, it picks Tippi Hedren up,
Throws it in its head.
put it on his head, and
Breaks her
squeezes
leg.
her leg until it snaps in half, and you see it hanging at a 90-degree angle. It's fucking
But
horrific.
she'd been so medicated she hadn't even felt it.
She's shouting, and you see her eyes are round, and she's going, "Help me, help me." That's real. She thinks she's about to fucking die.
Just to let you know, Nolan had divorced shortly after this film. That's one way of getting rid of the wife. And then
Oh my
nothing left. Alimony. Did they have to split up 90 lions? You can take Robbie and Gary.
No, they're dead.
I know, we shot them in the flood. What? Who gets the elephant?
It's
Tippy's
crazy.
like, I'll take that fucking elephant. I bet Tippy's still got bits of elephant in her deep, cheap chest freezer.
Did you
I'll
see?
teach you for breaking my leg.
Did you see the tiger that had his shoe stuck on its tooth?
Oh,
And it
God.
was really irate about it. Everything about this was horrific. Now she drops onto it,
But
and
as
this
you
is
said,
quite a while later.
everything is terrified of the elephant.
Yeah, everyone
Every
just stays
line's-
back.
Yeah.
The lion will
Everyone's-
just crush everything.
Yeah,
But
but
the
they're bickering. The humans are still bickering.
There's
It
doesn't make any sense.
Favourite. You're like,
You know, there's a famous bit of footage. If you look online and you see an elephant and a tiger jumps out of the grass on the elephant's head to get the guy and bites his fingers off.
Oh,
That was the week before I was going to the very same place.
Jesus Christ. But there are prides of lions who specialise in taking down elephants. But
Oh,
they need
insane.
to hunt. You need a fucking 50
You need a lot.
lions. Yeah,
Because they just turn and just smash their head into the ground. Everything's dead.
yeah they're
Have you
just...
seen buffalo going after lions?
Oh,
They just
yeah.
destroy them.
Yeah, they're just... buffaloes are very dangerous. Have you seen that famous piece of footage and it's beside the lake and it's a crocodile tries to take a
everything
buffalo.
gets involved.
Everything gets involved. It's like
Cool
Saturday
Rami.
night in Dundee. Then one of them gets on the bike, one of Noel's mad sons, the one that looks most like him, gets on a bike and does a kind of Steve McQueen escape. But that just
Almost
kittles
gets
up,
eaten.
Almost gets eaten.
For real.
And the
Right
only
back-
reason he survived is some of the lions at this stage appear to be hungover. There's a few of them like...
Well, there's the scene where the baddies who are shooting the lions
Oh,
Are they sedated or just been shot?
there's a bit, I don't know, it's some of it's cutting, like
I don't know.
there's lions, I think they've been sedated and then put tomato sauce on them, but there's a bit where someone hit them, but I'm not sure,
It's
because
hard
they're
to
on
say.
this kind of unstable earth
It
bank.
goes up and maybe they're just falling and they put it.
yeah.
But they've sedated them or killed them. I
You
can't tell.
You shouldn't be sedating animals just for a film, because
I
it's a
can't-
risky business.
I don't understand it.
So they try, it gets a bit slapsticky now.
Yeah, it's.
Oh no, here's a bit. This is where Melanie gets attacked. It's by this stage. And then they all start hiding and stuff.
This is it. Yeah, I got it wrong.
Help your
I'm
sister.
all mixed up.
And he goes, help your sister. And the one above, it's just trying to kiss her. Kiss her
It's
face
trying to
off.
kiss her. It's trying to fucking
And then
rip
they
her
start
skull.
hiding in barrels. And it's one of the only good shots of the film. It's like barrel vision.
Barrel vision.
You see it tumbling.
Now, I don't believe that was a camera. I believe
somebody-
they put Jan de Boot in that and shoved him off a roof.
Tippi Hedren. Tippi, here's a camera.
Fuck off.
And there's a bit where they're hiding in the barrel. And the gherkin, it's looking down like me looking
I
at a
was
jar of
stressed.
gherkins.
I was
It's lions,
stressed,
like,
just looking. Now, one of them has water in it, so the son has to go in and hold his
And
breath.
the lions are lapping at the water.
But he has to hold his breath.
And
it
he's
was
doing
8
that.
minutes. It was 8 minutes.
Is that
It was a long time. So where are we?
they're playing hide and seek with the tigers. There's a weird scene. Tippy Hedren gets knocked out by a tin of beans and gets drenched in honey.
Honey, and it's
A
pouring over
weirdly
sensually.
pervy way. That was a
I
sex
was
thing.
like, I don't like this.
She's unconscious. It's
just
jizzy.
like looking beautiful,
Ah,
just covered in this.
She's pelting.
Is this like
Was it?
lion jizz? Tiger jizz?
That's the jizz of Africa. That's
Elephant jizz would take your eye out. That'd be getting hit by a jet wash.
Oh God Almighty! Have you seen? It's like an elephant's penis is kind of
got a
articulated. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's articulated like a trunk. Second
Goes out
trunk.
to the side and everything.
There's a fake trunk, a fake tusk.
Yeah. That
There's
goes
a wee
through
bit of
the-
fakery, so there is fakery. The barrels are rolling, but it's just repetition.
But every time someone falls in the water,
the
there's a
tigers,
different animal waiting on them.
yeah. But every time there's a splash, tigers.
But did you see the tiger when it sees Tippy Hedren trying to get out of the water and
It's
it
not
goes
happy.
flat?
Aye.
And it's just, and you're like, that's a way to kill her.
Yeah.
There's nothing they could do if that jumped forward with a single bite.
Oh,
She would have been dead.
So Noel's going about now. He's supposed to be rushing back to his family, but he finds a lion that's been shot and it's kind of covered in blood.
And he
And
goes,
you're like, has that really been
It
shot?
looks real.
It's the blood's very clotted looking.
Yeah, it's
But he's all getting all fucking soppy about it because these two revenge guys. The guy looks like he's got a shaving cut. Did they not go at one stage? They basically went to the council and said, and they're like, "Oh, Noel's a good guy," and he's like, "No, I'm going to fucking shoot these lions.
yeah.
I'll just leave them alone."
But the council are on his side.
But
it's
the
madness.
council are on Noel's side.
It's madness.
But the one good, it's the actor. I wrote down his name. He's called Zeke Muaki. He was in Waterworld and shit. He's the one good actor in this whole pile of
What are
shit.
they doing?
And he's in it for 2 seconds.
It's madness.
It's
absolute madness.
And they're on horseback.
They're on horseback, and the horses are scared of the guns. Every time they fire
And
the
the
horses, they just scatter.
They're Californian horses from some dude ranch.
Yeah,
And they've
just
showed up for work one day, and there's fucking 70 lions going about. Horses don't like that.
no.
The elephants didn't give a fuck.
When I was at the elephants in Nepal, they don't like horses. I found that out.
Elephants don't like horses.
Now, the horses in Nepal, they're absolutely beautiful. Their ears touch together like these little horns things. They're gorgeous.
They'll
They're very
oft-
delicate. But when the elephants see them, they go, fuck off. And the horses are, they get...
You'll
don't like
often
each
see
other.
a horse is kept in a field with a goat. They're a good companion animal for a horse, a goat.
A goat.
So some animals are happy
like
with each
a
other.
goat.
Not 70 tigers, lions, fucking ocelots, fucking
No.
jaguars,
No.
pumas. More of these stressed. I was stressed. I don't give a fuck about the people in
No,
this.
no.
But I was getting stressed on behalf of the animals. They're just
awful.
all stressed.
Uh-huh.
They're in a like they're all coming in the house, but they've been shut into these closed
And they
spaces.
start
We
just
are not-
turning on each other.
no space. The smell.
But Marshall, at this point, he gets tacked again because he's like back, and he's like, yeah, I'm back. And
No,
everything
no,
just turns
he-
on him.
No, but he finds. You missed the bit where the tigers killed the Togar slaughters the two men.
Now, hold on.
That's a pure horror.
They're getting attacked for real, and then they'll say, stop, we'll put the fake bodies in. I think we should look into this.
They got it wrong. I
I think that we should look into where these actors are. I think they were
you
killed.
could maybe say, generously, you could say it's a suit filled with assorted offal and meat. But
Yeah.
I think it was just the actor. Check his IMDb.
1981, it stops. I've got a feeling. Oh, he retired.
He did amputee roles after this.
It's her, but
It's
because when they
horrible.
two are getting attacked, they're getting bit.
Yeah.
Because the guy's actually hitting
Aye,
the
see,
lion, trying to get
he's-
out. It's
he's-
fucking terrible.
He's kicking it in the face.
Yeah, he's fucking fighting for his life. But there's this is what I was thinking. You don't go, and cut, and the lion goes, so lads, how was that? We'll do it
No,
again.
just carries
No, the lion
on.
just keeps going.
But Noel goes to he finds the bodies, he goes, you poor stupid jerks. And then they just leave. They don't tidy up the bodies. They don't put them in the back of the car. No, they just
it's
leave them.
terrible.
It's terrifying.
Now, later
And
on,
he's
I'm
like,
going to
"Don't-
jump ahead.
Don't tell the family.
Yeah, he goes, don't tell the family. I think Noel Marshall for real's done this a few times when, there's been like volunteers, hippies, dropouts from the 60s that want to help out with lions. Just look, just shh.
But they've all gone to sleep on the floor. I'd make sure I'm barricaded in
You
somewhere.
barricade it. They go and find this other house.
And they're nervous. But they're just perfect sleep. And they wake up.
And there are lions everywhere. And suddenly they love them.
Oh, they've had a
And
shared
like-
dream with them.
And they're all friends.
They're all friends.
Go,
And then
look,
for the
they're
rest
hugging.
of the film, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Ken, the problem is, it's like this does nothing for people's love of lions.
No.
It's like Jaws didn't help out cause of sharks.
Yeah, this
People
is
saw Jaws
horrific.
and people said to themselves, I want every shark in the world killed. They're
Yeah.
dangerous. They can't eat me. I'll go paddling in Arbroath. There's going to be a shark. We need to kill them all. It's a lie. This one, this could give you a complex about lions.
It's terrifying.
I'm quite scared of lions now, and I'm never going to encounter a lion.
I'm not going near a lion after this.
No.
But did you see Melanie Griffith at this point? She has a wig on because she's like 4 years older and come back. She had to get her head reattached.
Plus, she will be. She'll be medicated. Therapy. She'll have therapied the shit out of the lion thing.
You can't. That can't be good for you.
I bet the psychiatrist guy said, what we're going to have to do is to get you over your fear of lions, we're going to have to expose you to more lions. But in a
sequel.
more controlled environment.
It's like, well, here's the thing. You go to the you go like, I want to talk to
we
you.
get people, some people will listen to this and get watch this film.
They're going to watch it and be PTSD'd. But, Melanie's went to her psychologist, a guy with a notepad like this, and he's sitting, he goes, so Melanie, you're here for a reason, and I want to delve into that reason why. Well, I got attacked by 700 lions. You go, mental? And then you find out at some point it's real. What psychologist in the world's going to be able to deal with that?
But does this explain Melanie Griffith's very
Working girl? Yes.
cold performative style from now on?
She's like a robot.
Like she's in Cherry
She's
2000
shattered.
and she's just, her
Shattered.
psyche's been shattered. And it's not just done that, the genetics of it have went down to her daughter. Her daughter,
She's a robot.
she's cold and dead because she has this ancestral terror that's happened to her.
It's a cultural, ancestral, genetic
Terror.
memory of 100 lions
Of
trying to
being
eat your
almost
head.
eaten alive by lions.
Oh,
And it's just broken the whole family.
it
My
would.
poor Don Johnson has woke up in the middle of the night. Melanie Griffith's like, is the door shut? What's wrong, Melanie? The lions! And then Anthony Banderas like, oh God.
And he's playing a cat.
I was playing a cat just to mess her. That was when he was getting the divorce proceedings.
Yeah.
And they have their epiphany. The gentle lions and the rest of this just has spawned a million pettings. What they did, Joe Exotic, of his many crimes,
Yeah.
he needed kittens, and they were sitting in Walmart car parks, and I'd never do that shit. People were going in, paying money, and they were handling these fucking newborn lion and tiger cubs. They had like mucus coming for their nose,
Oh.
the cat flu, they were sick. And this bullshit, this Disney-esque bullshit, it's
But I
appalling.
have to say, even when it's whimsical at the end and everyone's getting on, they're still getting eaten.
Oh, it's still
The animals are still trying to
There's
kill
a
them.
bit
and
she's
they're
like
going, "Ah."
draped over a log, and it's just like fucking her.
And it's, yeah. it's-
Squishing her. And it's like all smiles, don't mention the human corpses.
Now, there's
And
this scene.
there's a song that said, and here we all are,
Loving the
modern
lions.
Eden.
Yeah. We are friends. Don't save the world.
The songs were by a guy called Robert Hawke.
He's shit.
Shit.
But there's a scene where Marshall and Tippy, they sit romantically, lit beautifully. That'll be Yandabont. And there's a sunset, and there's a lion trying to eat Tippy's. Even in that scene where they were hoping for the lion to sit with them.
Yeah.
It just goes,
Huh.
I'm trying to eat you.
I've seen
It's
footage of
fucking horrific.
I think they were like two Dutch naturalist guys, and they'd saved some lion cubs,
Right.
and then they'd kind of lived with them for a long period, and they'd went back to visit them
Mm-hmm.
as adult lions, and the lions did remember them.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to say. I think of all the cat species, a lion you could maybe
I think
Love
is it cheetahs the Egyptians used to train.
cheetahs are not particularly dangerous. Well,
Yeah.
they've not got claws.
Yeah.
It's like
The cheetah-
running spikes,
they had them.
basically. Yeah, because that who's it? That lassie in the 1930s, the dancer Baker, the famous, like she was working as a spy for the Americans and stuff in Paris. She would go about with a cheetah and a silver lead and stuff.
Mental.
But cheetahs will often come into people's like Land Rovers and stuff.
Yeah, they don't
They would
do
still,
anything.
they could still kill you.
They could kill you, but they don't do anything.
No.
Okay.
Oh, just
These people are fucking
certified maniacs.
Idiots.
Maniacs, idiots.
I'm going to put it on a t-shirt.
I
Fuck
know
Tippy
that you
Hedren.
just know that Noel Marshall would not be vaccinated.
That's very true.
It's that mindset.
Now,
I'm not going to be told lions. I don't believe lions are dangerous. I'm going to find out for myself. Nobody's telling me anything.
go on. I put this film on last night and I had so much to say. I had so much energy and was enthused. But I've just let you run with this because this has had an effect on you I couldn't believe.
It's really. I think I'm going to donate some. I've got a tiger for sale on eBay, a rubber tiger. Whatever I make from that, I'm putting it to some animal charity.
I think after this, we all need to. If you watch this, it's your obligation to give something to an animal charity.
It's not even a functioning film.
No, it's not a film.
It's the world's most dangerous family video. It's a home movie. It's an ego project.
Because there's loads of pictures of them just in their normal life, and it's this.
Remember, the flip side to this is probably Born Free. Free. And that was like that British actors kidding.
Yeah, they done
Elsa the lion.
Yeah,
and they were kind of trying. They were trying to help lions.
Mm-hmm.
This has not helped lions in any way.
No, this is just abusing.
Remember, Robbie the lion, Gary the lion, Toga the lion, all shot. 14 lions, 15 lions were all shot.
It's fucking mental.
It's fucking terrible. People have been injured for what?
I was spent after watching this. I had no more energy. I put it off.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
And I needed quietness.
I don't know when did Noel Marshall die?
2010, I think.
Fuck. Maniac.
A maniac.
One of the world's great maniacs.
He's
a guy that would have needed a war. He's one of these guys you could just have imagined him storming a beach. He's fearless, I'll give him that. A maniac.
Just a maniac.
Yeah,
How many roids? I've given it 0.
I like the barrel rolls.
No, I've given it 0.
But no,
it's not a film.
It's too offensive. It's not a film.
It's offensive. It's not a film.
It's a curiosity
piece. It's an
piece.
ugly moment.
It's an ugly moment. And I like...
You're Marshall.
I know.
No,
I'm actually quite nice. I'm good with animals.
No, I could see your midlife crisis leading you down this sort of path.
I once bought a pet rat.
And I'm Tippy, I would agree with you.
I once bought a pet rat, then I had 2 pet rats and 3, and ended up with 12. So I understand you can have that compulsion to increase, but like fucking sell.
No, I'm definitely Tippy because I could see me getting drawn in the madness and getting attacked.
No, you're dead. No, your eyes have gone.
By lions.
You're like that scene where you when the honey on your face.
Oh God, that's romantic.
And does a lion not come and lick her away?
Yes.
Is there people got a thing for fucking lions or being fucked by a lion?
There seemed to be this going on in this film, and I didn't like it.
There's a sex element.
Yeah.
They think it's Eden. There's some religious thing going on, subtext.
Yeah.
Melanie Griffith. They look like
there's too much. I think she's really young in this, and they're talking about sex a lot. And I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that.
I get the feeling that old Noel looks like he's a man who came out of the bath and just wandered about the house with his tackle off.
Yeah.
Saying I probably didn't have a penis because the lions will have bitten it off.
There's nothing left.
Imagine a lion biting off your penis.
That looked like a punched eye. Oh God! Look,
poor bad. But what have the Sun's got to say about this?
I don't know. I'm going to have to look at this. Has really got me thinking.
A documentary about this is going to be far more interesting.
There is a documentary about it,
we may watch
and
that.
I think that's going to be the thing to watch. But would you recommend this?
No.
This is the weird one. I would say no.
No, you know what?
But
I would say yes.
But
because
you
could show this. You could actually show this to younger people, and it would kind of fuel them a righteous rage to never let shit like this happen.
Don't let this happen. Change laws that people are not allowed.
You can't exploit.
Stop the Joe Exotic. Stop this.
Stop all this shit. And close down all your fucking sea worlds.
Yeah, get rid
Wild
of it.
animals. Zoos are a kind of necessary evil.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the species are almost extinct in the wild. Why don't we help the environment so they can live in the wild?
Yeah.
What is the point of having a species and it just lives in a zoo? You might as well. The kind thing is to just eradicate it because you're not helping it. You're doing it as a sop to your own conscience.
Yeah.
Conscience. Don't fuck.
Oh God, what a way to end the podcast. That was quite profound.
Imagine the smell of that. You know how a litter tray can smell?
Oh God, it can be bad.
I can sometimes tell my cat's done a shit because you come down and says, "Oh, he's had a shit." And
yeah,
it's a bit tangy. The smell in their clothes,
everything will stink.
Everybody will have just
Tippy
been rancid.
Would never be invited to a red carpet.
I know. Tippy.
Fuck Tippy Hedren.
Yeah, she's
They're disgusting people.
Well, just to be honest with you, I just think she's mental. I think everybody, they'll have been on therapy. They have that.
Everyone involved's insane. Yeah.
Everyone's insane. But to drag in these poor, like, oh, hear me going, oh, those poor natives. These guys, and just to treat them like shit. They treat them, they're
not natives, they're actors.
Actors, yeah.
They're just normal actors who done it for a wage. It's ridiculous.
I've always wondered with actors, you'll get a German actor and he's more than willing to play like a Nazi.
Yeah, it's always
or like
a strange one.
Child actors, mothers are more than happy to have their child be in a film where they're like a rape victim.
Or a corpse.
A corpse.
Yeah,
it's a real, they'll have their child on a slab.
Fame is a funny thing.
Yeah. Just for the paycheck.
Because that's the thing with Marshall in this. I think he wanted...
What else did he do?
I don't know. Now, there was two Marshall. Which one was the producer? Was he the producer?
Oh, I'm not out, yeah.
Well, there was... Because one of them produced The Exorcist and everything, so it's... You know.
Oh, okay. He must have been some kind of Hollywood cunt because,
he's a
like,
prick.
to pay
I just hate him. I hate everything about him.
I'd like to see an interview with him to see what he's like. Questionable.
I think he'll be very difficult to interview. I think he'll be one of these people that'll talk over you. He knows everything.
Seems like a guy that would carry like a gun in a holster.
Well, he had a gun in a holster all the way through this. Do you not notice it?
I never paid attention to that. I was too busy watching the live.
It was very Joe Exotic. It's horrendous.
Joe
people.
Exotic's a nasty piece of work, and I hope he rots to death
yeah,
in prison.
He's
a real nasty. But he came that bullshit like he was helping animals.
No,
he hated the animals.
Yeah,
he shot stuff all the time for no reason.
Yeah, no, I've got no time for it.
Well, I discovered the other day that they're saying that feeding birds is killing them all.
What?
Because you're feeding birds, we're eradicating birds because like they're getting all these bird diseases off bird feeders and.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you think you're doing a kindness and you're really not. Just leave nature alone. Just give it fucking space. Don't cut all the trees
Remember that,
down.
leave me alone.
Just leave it alone.
Leave me alone. Don't leave food out for me.
Just leave me be. I'll manage.
Oh God, this has went on a downward note at the end.
It's a horrible film.
It's a horrible film.
And I would fast forward it, but I couldn't. I could see, and it was like
I regretted choosing this because I was so horrified by it. Because I think we're reading about it over the years. You say there was bits in it were real. I didn't realise how real and awful this was. I had no concept.
No.
And then watching it again, I went, "There's fucking arseholes doing this to these animals." It was terrible.
We could maybe watch. We
need what you call a palate cleanser.
We could maybe watch, say, Timothy Treadwell.
We could watch something.
Grizzly Man, because that's a similar mania.
It's madness.
Imposing. A man thinking you can like impose your will.
At least he commits. He gets eaten.
He gets his missus committed. All that was left was his feet. There was a guy in Siberia, a native Siberian, and he was going down to his local pub, and he says, "I'm having trouble." And they're like, "What happened?" He said, "Well, I was out in the woods and I found half an elk." He said, "I took it home." Ever since then, someone's been fucking with me. It was a Siberian tiger. It must have watched this guy drag off its meal. It was going down to his house because it had followed him home. And anything we smell on it, it was eating. So the handle of his brush, chewed to fuck. A fucking shovel, all chewed to fuck. And they hadn't seen him for a wee spell, and his pals went up to see him, and it was his feet and his boots. It fucking got its revenge, killed and ate him.
It's terrifying.
That is the reality of nature. Blue tits, which you feed on your bird feeder, go into caves and eat the brains of bats because they need extra food. There are sheep that live in islands. Sheep that have a lack of calcium in their diet.
Yeah.
So they go down to the foreshore and they were eating the eggshells for calcium. They moved on from that. They've got footage of sheep eating live chicks.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm away to just lie in the road and let the seagulls peck me to death.
Jesus.
Isn't
nature wonderful?
Akuma Matata. Akuma Matata.
Oh well, yeah. Until next time.
You deserve this, you fuckers.
Wash your
Wearing
balls.
your leather shoes and despoiling the planet. Watch it and weep.
I'm not going to choose a film like this again for
You're
you.
never choosing a film ever again.
No, I'm not doing it. This went wrong. Until next time. Later.
Tata. Oh.